creeping through the cut. All time say I'm dangerous. Cutting game just like a Ginsu. Funk inside my evil thoughts. I'm waiting on the money drop. Catch me creeping through the cut. All time say I'm dangerous. Cutting game just like a Ginsu. Funk inside my evil thoughts. I'm waiting on the money drop. Catch me creeping through the cut. All time say I'm dangerous. Cutting game just like a Ginsu. Funk inside my evil thoughts. I'm waiting on the money drop. Running, jumping, music bumping. Catch me creeping through the cut. Fire burning from my junk, smoking out while pulling stunts. I won't stop, so don't confront. Too much about to be a grunt. Watch my back and off the front. You drop it off, I pick it up. Catch me creeping through the cut. All time say I'm dangerous. Cutting game just like a Ginsu. Funk inside my evil thoughts. I'm waiting on the money drop. Catch me creeping through the cut. All time say I'm dangerous. Cutting game just like a Ginsu. Funk inside my evil thoughts. I'm waiting on the money drop. Running, jumping, music bumping. Catch me creeping through the cut. Busters trying to stop my son. All time say I'm dangerous.
guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Peter said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now, entertain us.
It's a constant here.
Yeah, I could, do the whole cube and time joke, but I'm just as bad. So,
And then, I don't know why I hit live and it went live. It wasn't like tracking. So I had to end the broadcast and restart the broadcast. So it's fucking with the algorithm right now.
Anytime something like that happens on the computer or the phone, my girl goes right to blaming the FBI for January 6th. They're still watching us.
Although today's not a very controversial show, I guess. We haven't really been on in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some news that has happened since. But let's just start with like general shit.
Yeah. Well, how was your week? I mean,
I've had a hell of a week. I've been traveling nonstop for the past month. That's one of the reasons I haven't been here. I've been doing a couple things, a couple projects. We launched the warboys.tv website. I've been working on that. I've been working on a couple trips to get some content in. I'll be in Poland towards the end of the month. I was doing personal detail and security for the MEP of Poland just 2 days ago, which was awesome. Actually really interesting. We could actually get into that. What happened after, because I started telling you before we got into the studio, so I'll just talk about it live. It was fun. I will tell you, it was fun. And it showed me something that I didn't know before. How's your week been?
It was pretty good. It was my anniversary, 6-year anniversary. We got a little cabin out there in the Everglades and did a fishing tour and went and checked out some nice restaurants and went riding through the swamps on a giant swamp buggy, played with a giant 14-foot alligator. There's pictures to prove it. I'm not just saying that. I'm cool like that. But, it was fun. But all while this was going on, all while I was, having the time of my life this year, I got it to learn what it's like to be Enrique Tarrio, brother. I officially got my first.
How's that?
I got my first psychopath stalker. Now, while you're on like 11 to 15 number, I don't even know where you're at. I got my very first. And while I'm a little reluctant to be proud about it.
I already know who you're talking about, so I'm pulling it up.
Okay, great. Well, I thought that my first stalker would obviously be like a deranged Asian Instagram model that murdered one of her ex-boyfriends, and I was in a serious threat that way. But I'm not that lucky. My first psychopath stalker is actually a far right wing, I guess, nut job.
I wouldn't even say far right wing.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
You're giving him credit.
That's how I feel about it. But he's a fucking nut job nonetheless. I made an established this with him. He's not left wing or right wing. He's a fucking wing nut. So this guy's been harassing me for months, and I just kind of let it go. It is not a big deal, but I have to give credit where credit's due. And broski, we're at a pivotal point right now I have to give credit to Antifa, I think, because they took it upon themselves to inform me just who this guy actually is and why I can't be proud of my stalker. Because my stalker is somebody that actually was accused, and his messages were confirmed as public record, of threatening to sexually assault a child, a handicapped child nonetheless. And, he took a plea for some other shit and served federal time, but the guy's actually a real nut job. And I personally
He's
believe
a sex offender.
He's a sex offender, and he, someone needs to really look at his hard drive, #FBI. And his name is Daniel Mahone. He's from Brandon, Florida, and he's a fucking nut job. And so, yeah, I'm taking steps to beef up my security because of his constant antagonization and threats. And I just gotta. I think that we gotta put a nail in his coffin. That's hyperbolic. I don't mean physically. I'm not gonna break the law or hurt the guy, but I think he needs to be taught a little lesson that life is tough sometimes, man.
I think here's the thing that he doesn't learn. This guy, I'll give you a brief history on this guy, at least with me. Mm-hmm. When we first got out, he was like fucking all over it. He's like, man, yeah, I'm happy you're out or whatever. And, he's like, hey, do you think you could get me a pardon? Which, like, people come up to me all the time. Yeah. They're like, hey, you think you could get me a pardon? I'm like, no, it's not that kind of party. Like, I don't have access to the administration like that.
How many inmates?
And even if
inmates were asking you that on your way out the door?
Oh shit, all of them. I think most J6ers that got pardoned. I think most of the inmate population was like, hey, don't forget me.
Yeah.
And I haven't forgot them. I advocate for like people that aren't supposed to be there, or they're over sentenced.
So many.
I think that's where the issue.
So many of those people.
I'm actually talking to somebody right now that has like a 30-year because of a mandatory minimum on marijuana.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other ballgame. But this guy specifically, the reason why he doesn't learn, and I haven't dug in like I've dug into other people. Sometimes I take hours on people and go through it. I call him a sex offender. He says no. But the truth is he got adjudicated. Right. I don't know what happened after. I don't know if he beat it on like some technicality at the appellate court, but that's not what the definition of sex offender is. A sex offender is a sex offender.
Yeah.
And I have the black and whites, and I presented the black and whites to him, and I've asked him direct questions. I'm going to be careful with what I say here because we're on YouTube. He wanted to, forcibly have sexual intercourse with an autistic underage woman, underage girl. I can't even say woman.
Yeah.
And his text messages is what showed, and his text messages is what eventually convicted him.
Yeah, and he did admit to those text messages.
He admitted to it.
I did a little digging, not much, and what I found, and it's very clear, somebody like you and me that have gone through the federal system and know how the whole we can indict a ham sandwich shit works. They wanted to try to show that there was election interference with his case, that he was trying to influence the election. I don't think he was trying to do that. But what he did do was threaten to essay a child. Yeah. So they got him in the catch-22 where he split the baby with the government and took a plea, and they disregarded the essay stuff and let him plea out to the election interference stuff.
Which is where the problem is, right? Like, just judging by these messages, this dude should be in prison
100%
for life.
And not only that, the continued harassment of people online. He was sent to prison as well. Part of those charges were online harassment and terroristic threats. He clearly hasn't learned his lesson because it's not just us that he goes after. He goes after everybody. I never thought I'd be in a fucking predicament where I'm actually agreeing with Antifa that take it upon themselves to go after him. But look, I can disagree with somebody politically, but if they're right, they're fucking right. And this guy,
I don't care who you are. You go after sex offenders, I'm on your side.
Exactly. And this guy is a loose cannon. And
which brings up a funny situation. Most of those pedophile hunters, actually all of them that I know, right? The people that hunt down these pedophiles and catch them, they're all right wing. Mm-hmm. Have you ever found a left wing one?
No, I don't know. Not that I know of. I mean, there could be, and I just don't know.
Like Alex Rosen should look into this guy.
Yeah,
because I'll research it. Like after this, I'll research why he got off. The messages are the messages, and then his mom. Did you see? I think you posted the video too. His mom told the FBI that he has the characteristics. His own mother.
Yeah.
said that he has the characteristics of a
school shooter. Yeah. And I can't argue with that based upon his irrational behavior online and how he talks, man. The guy is a loose cannon. I would be bewildered and beside myself if I didn't speak up and do nothing about it, and this individual would go on to hurt anybody. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
Nobody deserves to be hurt by this guy, and he continues to threaten to do so. And
the DOJ fucked up.
Yeah, so we're going to leave it at that. But Daniel Mahone, I promise
Virginia.
you, this one's for you, brother. I'm cracking this in your honor. Salute,
Actually,
Nastrovia. But you're going to be my new buddy soon, brother. Here's to you.
Grab the mic really quick. I'm going to go get a Red Bull.
Okay, sounds good. I just got mine. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think the first story that we're going to get into, and I'll wait for Enrique to get back in depth, is going to be the Shane Lamond story. We're also going to be talking a little bit about Spain and what's going on there. And, of course, now punching women. Punching women is a new thing. Apparently, it's okay to do, especially if you're a deranged black guy, and even stabbing at that point. But, again, we'll talk about that in spurts. It's been a fun last few weeks for both of us, I'd imagine. We've been traveling around doing a lot of fun shit and getting our stuff together. Warboy Studios, believe it or not, is not going anywhere. We're going to be doing a lot of moves in the upcoming future. If you check out the new site, warboys.tv, you can see we're putting some serious work into it, and the journey has just begun. So now that we see light at the end of the tunnel, it's pretty exciting. So thank you guys for being here, the ones that have stuck from the beginning.
Yes, sir. And Fax, my boy Fax down there says, it's good to have a stalker every now and then, keep you on your toes.
Facts.
I have a collection.
Yeah.
I have a collection. Mahone is probably like the weirdest one, though.
Yeah.
Mahone, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I think it's Mahone.
Yeah. You never make fun of somebody.
Daniel Mahone. We love you, brother.
Yeah, yeah. And I will be putting, those black and whites are actually in my reply section. Actually, let me repost it. So you could go to my... you go to my page. So I'm going to repost myself, which doesn't give me much traction, but like you guys that are watching can take a look at it. So Shane Lamond. Shane Lamond, if you guys remember, I interviewed him right before he had to turn himself in. Shane Lamond is a 22-year MPD veteran, Metropolitan Police Department for the DC Police, right? He was the head of the intelligence department. He got sentenced to 18 months. I was sitting in court when they sentenced him. 1 day in prison for this guy. Actually, getting indicted for this guy is way too much. I'm advocating for his pardon. I think he's one of the last. I consider him a J6er, one of the last J6ers left to get a pardon. He, I'll repost also. I'll repost or replay that interview that I had with Shane Lamond. He just got out of prison.
Yeah.
He just got out of prison. Thank God. I called him. He answered. But Shane Lamond has been a person that is the example for community policing. You know, he wasn't favorable to the Proud Boys. He wasn't favorable to Antifa. He just wanted to keep the peace and let both groups do what they do. You know, if you've been to DC or held events in DC, you know, it's a big like First Amendment. There's always a protest there, or there's always like some type of demonstration there. And his job was to make sure that those demonstrations always stayed safe. In his role as the intelligence officer, he went ahead and he'd been doing this for years. And he didn't feed me information I wasn't supposed to have. I'd ask him, I'm like, hey, where are these Antifa demonstrations so I could stay away from them? Those messages were revealed in court. He's currently in house arrest, and he has to do, I think, 3 years of probation, which is a lot. And his judge is Amy Berman Jackson, I think, ABG.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah. And, another thing, Fax just stated too, Chud just got out of prison.
Yeah.
I mean, got out of jail. He's on bond.
Mm-hmm.
Another person, like, I don't care if you like the guy or not. You know, I don't care if you're like, well, he looked for it. It doesn't matter. Justice is justice. It's supposed to be even keeled. And I'm thankful he's out.
Yeah, I'm glad he's out too. I mean, I definitely, he has a valid point, no matter which way you feel about it. It's a point that I think that we need to continue to make, and that's ripping the societal Band-Aid off this racial bullshit where one side is allowed to say a word. You know, if you really think about it, the N-word is like the biggest troll ever in the history of mankind, because not only do they say it 150,000 times per hip-hop album, it was white people throughout the 90s that actually made hip hop what it was, because you can't go platinum without millions and millions of white people buying your music. So you bought the music, you learned the lyrics. Some of you fucking idiots actually braided your hair and got gold teeth to act like that.
But you sing to it and you say the N-word.
And you get shot
sing
for
along.
it. Yeah. It's actually magnificent that they managed to train society to do this. So Chud's point that just ripping the societal Band-Aid off, I think it is a great point. I don't give a fuck who's mad at me for saying it. At the same time, when you're dealing with men and you're talking about men as men, when you go up to a man, no matter who they are and what they look like or what their politics are, and you insult that man, depending on who that man is and how his amygdala has been shaped with his life experiences, you're going to have to deal with the consequences and repercussions. And you know, you can't really pre-predict what I'm going to go do. And I hope to God that this guy gets off. I know people are going to be upset for saying that. I really don't care. I don't think you should be allowed to attack people because of words. But we need to understand that this is a two-tier system. This is not equal playing field. We just watched a man stab a fucking woman in the chest and kill her, in the neck and kill her, say he got that white bitch, and he doesn't even have to see a day in court.
He doesn't.
So there is not a fair playing field.
And I think I could say this. Patty's writing a book.
Patty.
Our Patty.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck.
Spelling is no good.
Oh, man.
No good.
I'm not reading it. 1, 2, 3, not it.
So he interviewed me the other day, and I'm not going to give like the whole spiel, but I am going to say this part. So Patty's been around us for a long time, and he interviewed me about using the word, fuck YouTube. He was interviewing me about the use of the word faggot and the word nigger. I use those in quotes.
Well, YouTube, I just want to be clear that he is a gay black person, so he's allowed to say that.
Exactly.
So,
he's like, what's the reasoning behind it? Because he was Jacob Engels, which used to be a host here, or still is. Sometimes he goes on, sometimes he doesn't. He's like, well, I was in a room and you guys were talking and you were throwing the F-bomb around, right? And I felt like Jacob was uncomfortable. First off, he's never uncomfortable.
right.
But I'm like, you know what? Let's give you that argument. And Jacob's been gay his entire life, right? And being gay and going through elementary, middle school, and high school, I would assume that that's tough, right? Because you always got somebody that says something to you or whatever.
Sure.
So you have to get some thick skin. So let's say here I'm granting him all the benefit of the doubt, Patty, and I'm like, okay, well, let's say he was bullied as a kid, and they were calling him the F-bomb, and it made him feel bad, and he was depressed, and now he's with these new group of dudes, and they're using it too. Mm-hmm. There's a difference, right? Because they weren't actually. I asked Patty if they were like using it to insult him. And he says, no, they weren't. I go, okay, perfect. So the people in his elementary, in this theoretical situation, the people in his elementary, middle school, and high school, like those people were using it as an insult.
Sure.
Like the intention was to harm, right? So there might be left in him at that point before this happened. There might be like some residual resentment for the use of that word. And I'd imagine if you are gay, I'd imagine there is people that are gay that word is like, oh my God, it's horrible. And it fucks with their psyche. Even though I think, already putting a dick in another man's ass already fucks with your psyche.
Yeah, I would imagine.
But regardless of the fact, he was in a communal area and he was in an Airbnb with a bunch of the guys. And he uses this word. Jacob uses this word all the time. These guys are your brothers, and they're using the word to describe other people. They're not using it against you to insult you.
Right.
So what that does is it takes away the power that word had on this theoretical Jacob, right? when they were a kid, and that's it. It makes the word meaningless. So now when he goes into the street, and somebody uses that word, he's like, ha, I've been called worse by better people, buddy. You know, that typical white people saying.
Yeah.
That's important, right? Because it takes away that harm, that psychological harm that he's going through. I want to talk about what the man stand has to say. Here's the fucked up part. I can't see, these are your handles. I can't see what your username is. So I probably interact with some of you. Like I know Fax, his handles like Fax Matters or whatever. But I can't see it. So maybe I do know your story, but I'm a little absent-minded right now. But like going back to this, like the use of those words by your own friends actually kills the power. Stan McDaniels. Okay, yes. It kind of kills the power in those words. It's just kind of like the N-word. So sometimes you kind of got to thank groups like the Proud Boys that have like normalized this fucking speech where that's it. It's not offensive anymore.
Yeah.
It's not.
I just don't subscribe to it. I don't care if you call me racist. I don't care if you call me a bigot. It has no power on me. I know who I am. I know how I feel. I don't want to wipe black people off the planet, and I still have a problem with fucking 8% of the population committing 60% of the crimes. You don't like it? Fuck off.
Oh, because you're including males.
No, I'm not including females.
You're not including
Yeah,
females.
it's mainly black men between the ages of 18 and 35.
You might want to include them. I get that it's a bigger number, but
Yeah.
they're violent too. I've seen them at the DMV.
Oh yeah,
I've seen them at Waffle House.
Yeah, but you're not going to have a good time at a Waffle House after midnight.
No.
No.
And actually, we got a really fucking cool shirt that came out. That is my Waffle House shirt. I'll pull it up in a second. But for the most part, what we're doing here is kind of like shifting the Overton window, where okay, what speech is offensive now? If the N-word isn't offensive and calling fags isn't offensive, then what's next? You take away the power of words. Right? You take away the power of words. And I think that's really important. I think that's super important.
Yeah, and I think it needs to be done because it's a little ridiculous at this point. And I don't think that, I think a lot of it's selective outrage at best, People choosing when and what to get offended about is ridiculous.
Let me show this on the screen really quick. Speaking of waffle, I always try to think of like fucking
racist shit.
No, not racist things. Of course not.
I like to do racism.
I like it to do the racism. Okay, let me pull this up on the screen. Let me take your comment out, and I'll get to you right in a second. Just type away at what your case is about, so we'll go for it. As you can see, it's Waffles and Violence shirt, and it's actually a Warboy Studios shirt, and it has a Waffle House employee with a knife in the front. It says Warboy Studios, so pick it up today. And I don't know wear this to a fucking Waffle House. It's actually the best thing. I have a Carnival Cruise one too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
one.
I did.
Fight boat. Let's get so somebody in the audience, Stan McDaniels, has beat a recent charge in Escambia County Jail. That's funny. There's a lot of Floridians in the comments. Did you beat it at the appellate level? Which actually brings, while you type that up, that brings, you've seen Rich, the street preacher. We've had him on before.
Yeah.
So Rich has an interesting, he's going to trial on this. I'll probably bring him on to talk about it. He wants his lawyer to. This is like the prime First Amendment case here in Florida. They're in a public parking garage, and there's Muslims praying, and he's preaching. And he tells the Muslim shit. He doesn't touch them. He doesn't do anything. And he gets arrested for it. It's a misdemeanor, but it doesn't matter. So, where does one's First Amendment start and the other one end? First Amendment also includes religion, free to practice religion. So, if one's preaching and the other one's praying, and one's against the other, then where does it start? And the truth is, you can't prosecute that case. The Rich case, like even looking at it, trying to look at it from a left-wing bias, because obviously the left wing just prefers muzzies to like fill the country with muzzies. This case shouldn't be prosecuted. That's it. Look, another fucking Floridian in the comments. Reno's in here. It's like what is it? Panhandle Day. Fuck. But yeah, we should have Rich on. Let me see if I could get him on this week before I leave. I'm gonna be gone, and here I'm gonna force it on you here while we're live. Barry will be hosting the news brief about 2 to 3 times a week, starting next week.
Sure, why not? Fuck it. Maybe we can actually get some work done.
You don't get no work done without me here.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm sorry, I can't co-sign that.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I doubt it. I'm actually launching another. I'm launching. I'll leave that for the end. Those are plugs. Let's talk about Spain.
Spain,
which is wild.
Nick Shirley went there.
Yeah.
He had to go.
I didn't see that part. But what did he do over there?
Well, besides an AI video where he kicked the shit out of a bunch of illegals, he just went there and reported that, of course, I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. The Spanish government is completely taken over by a Marxist ideology. All right. They're just liberal fucking Soros puns that are just taking over the parliament there, and they allowed this to happen. And they're whitewashing and sugarcoating what's going on. Obviously, they're not telling the world. These fucking migrants literally invaded the border, crashed the ocean, ran through the streets, kicked over garbage cans, and started immediately rioting. This is what they invited into their country. And shit, man, it's unbelievable because we had this experience when we had those. I believe they were German journalists here at the studio interviewing you. The one that we confirmed 100% your nose does not work. And so anyway, yeah. And apparently deodorant's not a thing.
She smelled so bad.
Oh my God. So anyway, we know what's going on in Germany. I was in prison with a guy that was from Germany who was and he had a cell phone, and he was constantly able to talk to his family over there in Germany. What was happening to the women from the illegal migrants, the fucking Muslims were just running on a rampage there. And these journalists actually sat right in front of you and I, Enrique, and said, this is not true. None of this is happening. This isn't going on. They support Muslims and they want them in their country. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? So it's really like this delusional thing that the administration of these countries is actually doing to their own nations. And Spain, man, it's fucking bad. I think they're going to get overran just like London did unless they speak up and do something about it. So Nick went over there to actually do what Nick does and just show what's actually going on, because Spain wasn't letting people know that they're now looting and rioting and attacking police. So welcome Muslims. You're now in Spain. You're Spanish now.
That video is intense.
Yeah.
And maybe Reno could remind me of this lady's name. There's this lady that did this speech, and it was an amazing speech. And she's very well known. She's like a podcaster, and she went out there and she's railing on like the government, the Spanish government, right, which is the people that you should be railing on. Like I always say,
is it though? Is it?
Of course it is.
Well, why? Because here, like we go back to the German bitch that was here with that whole, people. They literally told us that there is no Muslim problem in Germany.
Yeah.
They know that there is, but they told us. So they're going to go vote which way? The way they've been voting. Because they will look you in the eyes and tell us the problem is not real. So do we blame the politicians, or do we blame the people that are consistently voting for their own demise?
Well, look, I think it's a ladder, right? Like who do you blame first, right? You got to blame the government first.
Sure.
Right. Then second, you got to blame white women.
Yeah.
Right?
I can't argue with that.
Then everybody else under that. One group of people. And I got in an argument, not a small argument, discussion with one of the guys from Belfast, where I'm like, do you really blame the Muslims for this? And he said, absolutely, you blame the Muslims for this. And I'm like, no, you can't blame them for it, because like they're seeking, like it's okay to do all this shit, like fuck goats and all that in their country, right? And they just want to go to a new country that's cleaner so they can fuck it up. Like it's in their nature to do this. You can't blame human nature of wanting to go to another country and like pillage it, right? That's like what they're supposed to do, right? Like I'm not saying that it's wrong. It's not wrong.
They didn't open the border.
It's like you get in a lion cage with a lion, the lion eats you. It's like, well, that's what a lion does, right? And I do want to touch on foreign influence here in a second. Everybody knows what I mean by foreign influence, but there's also an element of foreign influence that comes in that wants this mass migration.
Yeah.
And continues to want. Oh, Reno, let yourself in when you're ready. And like you can't blame these people. They want white women. They want those liberal white women that vote for them.
Well, yeah.
They want to get them in their house. They want to kick their door in. They want to do whatever the fuck they want to do with them.
And you look at why
they want to pretend it's a goat.
Yeah. Well, why that is the Marxist propaganda that has convinced generations of young people not to have families, right? That not to do this. So you got women that won't have babies, they won't get married, and you can take and abstract a woman from that, but you'll never take the motherhood and the ability, the want to mother something out of the woman. You can take her from having a baby. So these white liberal women look at these migrants as, oh, that poor unfortunate soul that I can take care of, that I can advocate for and be their voice, because they're not having babies. They're not having their children to put that motherly instinct into. So they're going to find it one way or the other, even when it is our own demise.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's up, Reno?
Hey, good morning, guys. Or afternoon,
Good morning.
whichever.
Oh, your mic sounds
How you guys
crispy.
doing?
Your
Thanks,
mic
buddy.
sounds
Appreciate it.
crispy.
It's crispy.
We're doing good. It's
Good.
technically a slow news day because I've really been focused on some of these other things right now. But yeah, I have been keeping up. So it's like we're playing catch up. And I kind of want to talk later after you if you want to say anything about this. I want to talk about Matt Tardio.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
I thought that was very interesting. Anything to say about Spain?
I want to say that they were let the fuck in. That's
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
government-
they did. They literally
Spanish
changed the
government
law.
doesn't give a fuck about their people.
No.
So this is what's coming to the U.S. if we let it. I mean,
isn't it already here?
Yeah.
Look at that fucking dude that just got elected, at least in the
yeah,
primary.
true.
And he's going to win,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Speaking
you know
of
what?
voted, I went and voted today.
Oh, man, another vote for Byron Donalds. That's great.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. My girl went and got her early voting ballot. She filled it out, hasn't turned it in yet, but she voted for Fishback in the primary.
Yeah.
Good deal. So did I. Also voted for John Frankman, and I saw that Stan was in here. Hope he's voting for Frankman because we need Petronas the fuck out of office.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this since we talked about Spain. And why is Matt Tardio coming up in a Spain conversation? I think there's an element of foreign influence that happens across Europe and here in the United States. And most of those, like we have this act called FARA, right? Why are you pitching it? Why is your nose growing?
Oh no,
when you're looking at me?
I didn't realize I was I coming on too strong there.
Yeah. So I don't look into people unless like they come after me. Like I really just stay in my lane. And if you decide, then I start looking into you. And I'm like, okay, how am I gonna flex on this guy on the internet? And I'm like, okay, this guy raises money for a lawsuit. Somebody sued him, which I'm sympathetic of. I get it. I'm being sued.
You know
lot
what
of
that's
money.
like.
And I have not raised, besides the auction that we did, I have not raised money for my lawsuits. I don't publicly really raise money. There's nowhere you can go to fucking donate to me. And nothing against people that do that. But he raised $70,000. And I'm like, okay, this might be the angle. So I keep looking in, and he raised, and then he this Liberty Legal took the case pro bono. So then if they took the case pro bono, we know what pro bono means. It means free. What happened to the $70,000 or $80,000? Because that was the last time I was able to check. That he claims because it's PayPal, so you can't even check. You probably raised more. But the fact that he's saying $80,000, what happened to that money? So when I started digging in, I noticed, and you can check the article on warboys.tv or go to my page and hit the articles. I find out that he has a nonprofit for a very, very good cause, for widows and orphans that lost their husbands and fathers in the war in Ukraine, right? These are for Ukrainian orphans, and it's a very emotional thing. So people usually give money to that.
Does he have another one that influences OnlyFans girls? There might be a connection.
I might open one.
The two. We might want to dig deeper.
And we'll talk about OnlyFans in a second.
Oh, wonderful.
Which will be the last topic. But Matt Tardio.
Well, we got to punch women first.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
we got to punch women first. That's right.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So I find out that this nonprofit got a cash injection of about $400,000. And not a single dollar to that, because then I looked at all the forms. Not a single dollar of that went to the actual cause of orphans and widows. And it took him a week to kind of respond to it because people were actually using my article in their arguments against him. And he shows a blurry picture of him in a field with blurry people in the background. He's like, look, this is proof that I did it. Wouldn't you, if you owned a nonprofit?
Yeah, that's 100% proof right there, man.
Yep. Wouldn't you want to, if you have a nonprofit, wouldn't you want to promote it so more people can help and donate to you so you can help more orphans and more widows? And the fact is he never did. But where the money did go is already one is $100,000 from that organization, and one of those board members was a board member of another organization, and $100,000 was magically transferred, and then she stepped down right after that. We don't know where the rest of the money went. It was $88,000 in travel expenses. So maybe that trip that he took a picture on, that I don't even know if it's in Ukraine, cost him $88,000. But Barry, I think for a very, very fraction of the cost. Me and you did a full documentary on Belfast.
Yeah, like literally a fraction of the cost.
Yeah.
I want to say, I'm not trying to bring it back to the Daniel Mahone story, but it is parallel in this sense, because what you're doing, and I hate saying this, is a noble thing. Because
hell yeah, brother.
Who the fuck are we as right wing or whatever to sit there and constantly say, oh, the left is crazy, the left is wrong, or the left is lying and the left is stealing, if we're not going to sit there and call out our own, right? It is what it is.
We're very good at that, actually.
Yeah, and the reality of it is people are sinners, and us included. Nobody here is fucking perfect, but when we're playing in the game of politics, and we're playing in the game of public politics, and you want to run your fucking mouth and be a shady piece of shit, that's not a good combination to have, because any skeleton that you have in the closet is going to come out. That's why I got ahead of the game and just put them all out in fucking interviews. Good luck.
I wrote that yesterday.
Good luck, man. I wear it on my sleeve. But, someone like Tardio, you're trying to hide. And like Johnny Cash says, homie, God, sooner or later, God is going to cut you down and shit's going to come to the light. Yeah. So be it. You want to run your fucking mouth at people, and you want to have a shit ton of skeletons in your closet. Don't be prepared. Be prepared for somebody like us to pull those skeletons right out of your fucking ass and smack you upside the head with it.
Yeah. You can't go against regular.
Yeah, and don't just take the word. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Don't just take the word for it, right? Just don't take the article's word for it. The 990s are listed in the X post on the article also. So if you want to follow the money, the money's the tails are there.
It's transparent.
Excellent point, Raymond.
The reporting. Put it this way. I haven't said this publicly yet. I had another company that does OSINT check my work. And they checked off every box on my article. Yep. They're like, yes, not a dollar went to them. Yes, $100,000. Yes, 3 crimes were committed doing this. And I believe there's a 4th, which I'm still getting confirmation on. And why did I go from the issues in Spain to Matt Tardio, right? Because I still haven't linked that. Well, Matt Tardio has a history of pushing foreign propaganda. We don't know where the $400,000 came from, but we do know that if you go through Matt Tardio's timeline, at some points, a broken clock is right twice a day. Some of the things he says I agree with, but every fucking post is about the same thing. It's about another country, right? And I'm not an anti-Israel guy. Everybody who knows me knows I'm not an anti-Israel guy. I'm an anti-foreign influence guy. Like, Israel can do whatever the fuck they want over there. I don't care what they do. But my issue is I believe, and I'm not stating this in the affirmative yet because I don't have the proof yet. I believe that money came from a company that is connected, that where they funneled the money from was somebody that's registered under FARA. So
yeah, and I don't know where. To be honest with you, dude, and I've done the research too, and I've kind of helped you on it.
Yeah.
But I don't know where I'm gonna find that info at, and I'm looking and looking and looking, and I don't know.
Well, here's the
I'm gonna
problem with
find it.
that is like there is some protections given to certain nonprofits. Like if it was a political PAC, then it has to be clear. But come on, hey, listen, we live in a world where people know the loopholes. People know how to move money around, and money eventually gets into somebody's hands. And that includes foreign influence from any country, from Israel, from Russia, from Ukraine. Look what happened with Laura Loomer. Suddenly she's a shill for Ukraine when just a year ago, she said that if putting up a Ukraine flag in your congressional office should be considered treason. So that leads me to believe that she got paid off to push Ukrainian propaganda.
Why does Tario versus Tardio sound like a MMA fight, but on South Park?
Fuck off.
But on South Park, it's like fucking Enrique's gonna rip his shirt off and be like, "I thought this was America. I thought this was America."
Or Tardio and Tario are the same person. Tardio is just the retarded version of Tardio.
Yeah.
He's such a snitch. He snitches on himself.
But listen, look, in no way, shape, or form is it patriotic to push another country's agenda.
No.
You maybe like there's some people that are stupid and they do it unknowingly, but I'm pretty sure some of these people that you're seeing on Twitter all the time are doing this knowingly.
And
I'm a foreign policy guy. Like I understand that there has to be not a global order, but there's a global ecosystem that has to work together. I'm not stupid, but you always have to put America's interests first, and America only when you think about what's it gonna if it 100% benefits another country and it 2% doesn't benefit America, we don't do it.
I really think that, the microcosm of all this is these are the conversations that we need to have both on the left and the right. This is not a partisan issue. Okay. And to that, I really like Byron Donalds. I think he's a good guy. I think he would be an okay governor. I will say it. However, I'm going to be voting for Fishback in the primary, even if he can't win. And here's why. One reason and one reason only. I don't like the AIPAC money that's invested into Byron Donalds' campaign. If he wins, he wins. Great. But if James Fishback gets enough of the vote, that should send at least a message to these establishment types that this fucking shit is not going to last forever.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that at least at minimum it does that.
Right. It's always about. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you
No,
go.
I wasn't going to say
I was done.
It's all about it's all about moving the needle, right? So we've got to move the needle away from this foreign influence.
100%. You're 100% right.
That's plaguing the right side of politics, right? Even from the extreme far right to the freaking moderate right. It's
so from ourselves.
Horrible. yeah, right. But yeah, the foreign influence, and it doesn't matter. And that's one thing that struck me about Fishback is it doesn't matter what country, right? So if it's freaking
Mexico.
Israel, if it's Germany or Mexico or Sweden or whatever, it's still some kind of foreign influence on our our government, and that's got to go.
Even
still have
Canada
not-
with their flappy heads and them fucking talking
know,
like
right?
this. Come
I
on,
still
buddy.
have not decided who I'm going to vote for in the Florida primary. I'm still like legitimately.
You're
I've
full
never
of
been
shit.
in this. I've never been in this situation.
We're in a rare predicament in Florida. We're in a win-win-win. Let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our favorite of choice. That's fine, but we all know there's no chance of fucking Democrats
Like,
taking the
I'm
state.
all for-
We're okay. We're gonna be okay.
I'm all for like protest voting. Like I get it. I get why people do it, and I think Reno's doing it. Right? Like that's
what I'm doing.
It's a
I
it's
like
a noble
Byron.
with the
I like
capital
Byron.
N.
I don't know if it's so
Cause.
much a protest voting as I believe in his policies and,
Yeah, of
and
course.
what he believes in. right?
No, but
You
I'm
just
saying
don't- you
no,
just
no,
don't like- you just
no,
don't
no,
like
but
juice.
I'm saying in the general. I'm saying in the general. You know, like I get it. I understand it. And I get the strategy behind it. I don't believe in it myself, but I respect it. But I'm like I don't know.
I think you're in love with Jay Collins. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
I'm not in love with Jay Collins. I'm not in love with Renner,
something.
and actually Renner was actually
Well, one thing I know about
Renner
you,
was
you
very,
people
very
are
good.
tribalistic when you vote. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. The Cubans are very tribalistic.
I mean, if it was a Cuban up there, I'd probably pick him.
Yeah. Well, you'll consider Jay Collins one.
No, he's definitely has nothing to do with Cubans.
Yeah. No, it does.
He's more you. Than
I
It's
mean,
a
there's
Hispanic. It
things that-
becomes a Hispanic voting block at that.
he's
point.
not Hispanic.
Yes,
There's
he's
things that I
not.
like. There's things that I like about Renner. There's things I like
from
about
fucking
Renner. There's things
Montana.
I like about Collins.
So Hispanics can't be from Montana. That's racist.
But the things that I dislike about Renner and the things I dislike about Collins outweigh the net bonus or the net positive of Fishback.
Yeah. I get. Look, doing the interview with Fishback was actually it was pretty like refreshing, and I've said this before. He's very disarming because he's smart. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So let's
And I
see.
don't
let's
think,
see
and I
where-
don't think from your interview to what he said on Tucker, I don't think anything has really changed, right? So he's consistent in his messaging.
No, he is consistent. I will tell you that
Yeah,
he is consistent
100%.
in his. Wait, what do you mean? Jay Collins is Cuban?
Yeah. No
It's
shit.
Cuban.
No, he's not.
He is.
No, he's
cannot
not. He's
be.
a
I'm not-
fucking. He's a Montana carpetbagger.
He's
is what
fucking
he
Cuban.
is.
He's Cuban.
Collins, nationality? No way. dude.
Unless it says it from ChatGPT, I don't believe it.
It's Collins. His last name is fucking
That
Collins.
means nothing with you people. You guys do that. You're shapeshifters. That's why they call you. That's where they get the word Jubin from.
You see what I'm talking about? He's from Scobie, Montana.
Yeah, but his parents were Cuban.
His parent, no, he's white, dude.
it's Cuban.
He's fucking Montana. Get out of here.
I could tell a Cuban from.
All right, so,
shapeshifters.
so since we're talking about black people that assault women, I can't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I do love Byron. I'm just joking. I really am just joking. But let's talk about black people that assault women.
Because it's okay to do. It's okay.
I saw the video, dude, and I haven't been that angry in a while.
Man.
Like looking at that woman's face laying on the
Bro,
ground,
and then he
dude.
keeps slapping her.
Yeah, he should. They should. They should do horrible. I'm not going to say it, but they should do horrible things to this guy.
But here, here's the thing. Again, we have an individual that was arrested multiple times, convicted multiple times, let out, and here we go again.
They had the little thing with all.
But that's the thing is, man,
Yeah.
is like they get let out. People and listen, it's just the systems up there in those states. People get let out for constantly.
Yeah.
So why do you have 13, 14, 15 convictions and you're walking the street? I don't get it. I don't get it.
This is my problem with leftists, is because they don't see the problem with this. They look at they'll take the J6 cases and they'll be like, oh, fuck those terrorists, they all deserved it. I had no criminal record. I was denied bail on pretrial release twice. All right, twice, because I was a J6er and it was that fucking bad. All right, so moving forward, you get this guy that come out and assaults a woman like this. The people that the left swear they champion for, once again, this woman gets knocked out unconscious. They has a repetitive pattern of recidivism, constantly being arrested before. And you'll have these fucking liberals that will take the notion that nothing is wrong here.
Yeah.
Much like we saw the Germans say that nothing was going wrong in fucking Germany. It's unfucking believable, and you can't fix this shit.
What was going
Well, I mean-
wrong in Germany?
I
Well,
mean,
just
Oh,
the fucking
I'm
mother.
sorry.
I
I'm sorry.
mean,
I thought you were talking
what
about
was really-
history.
You.
I thought you were talking about history.
Oh.
You were talking about the German lady that was here recently.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
the smelly one. The
I just
really,
wanted to-
really smelly one.
I just wanted to clear the air there.
She was nice for a socialist, but man, God.
I couldn't smell her.
I know, I envied you for a second. It was fucking like just literally 1 second.
Not
but-
being able to smell is such a great thing to have while you're in prison.
Yeah, God, I could imagine. Holy shit.
All right, look, boys, I'm gonna jump off here. I didn't take the day off from work for nothing.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah, go do
gotta
your
go.
thing, brother. We'll play
Bye, guys.
some marathon tonight.
Follow me at Reno, whatever the fuck I am. Yeah, just yeah.
After you get banned so many times. it
Yeah,
starts
Daniel
getting more
Mahone
difficult.
says
Yeah, I
hi.
know.
He's following you.
Can
Oh
you
no,
stop?
he's not.
Can
He
you-
ain't
that
following
dog-
me. I blocked that motherfucker as soon
you
as
get
I
that
got my
dog
fucking
off?
account back.
My table.
Look how fucking perfect she is.
Dude, I blocked that dude. I blocked every one of his accounts as
Yeah,
soon
man.
as I got back on because he's the reason I got my my over 1K fucking account banned. So
Yeah. He's a Twitter
anyways.
snitch.
see you guys. See you guys later.
Oh, I thought he did the Star Trek thing for a second. I was gonna
Yeah,
make fun of him.
live long and prosper.
Prosper.
And all that shit. I love that dog. By the way.
And okay, let me not.
She is
Let me not
Toltec
do it
royalty.
here. Let me not do it here.
Oh yeah, we'll see you later. From
Live
the
long
bo-
and prosper, and
with all my heart. With all my heart.
With all my
With
heart.
all my heart. From the bottom of my heart. I
This
love
is
you.
why
All right,
we
guys.
can't have
Love you.
nice things, guys.
That's why our YouTube's
you
not
later.
gonna last. But yeah, I saw that video, dude, and I wanted to go off. Like, I want to be the guy. Like, I want to check into prison over there, like jail, so I could fucking fuck him up myself.
Well, to the white men out there and all men that see a problem with this in general, like I for so long, especially while we were in prison, we heard all these Democrat fucking politicians, including everyone from Biden, the president, all the way down to Ilhan Omar, fucking every one of them. White men are the greatest threat into this nation. White men are the problem. White men this, white men that. And all before our lying eyes, we see constantly this shit over and over and over again. I'm done asking when enough is enough because that point is passed a long time ago. Yeah. It is fucking ridiculous at this point, and it's just sad that so many people are very complacent with it. This is not an innocuous issue. This is a very serious fucking issue. And it's continuing to happen. It's not just the violence from certain communities. It's these fucking judges that are constantly not doing their job, and the people that pay taxes are suffering for it.
Yeah, yeah, and like we like Mahone and whatever.
Daniel Mahone.
Yeah. So, the justice system fails. Mm-hmm. Daniel should be in prison.
Yeah. And
this guy should be in an electric chair. And the electricity should be brought down to half.
But he was so oppressed. He had such a
Is he
hard
trying
life.
to eat my fucking statue?
She does not do that. She is perfect.
She's trying to eat my statue.
She's looking at it because she's a conservative and she's gloating over Ronald Reagan.
No, she's about to chew on Ronald
She's not.
Reagan's
She
head.
doesn't do that. She's perfect.
She better not chew on my fucking MAGA hat.
There's thousands of dollars put into this attack animal. This is a fucking violent
Look
tactical
how
machine.
she looks at it. Look how she looks at it.
Yeah.
She tripping? You got catnip?
No, she found. Well, never mind.
Zooted.
Yeah.
And then I guess the last thing to talk about is my night here just 2 nights ago.
Okay.
Was pretty fucking wild.
Explain how wild was it?
So we're doing security for Dominic, and Jake shows up.
Jake who?
Jake Lang.
Oh,
to the event.
nice.
So he's there and he's trying to get Dominic to burn a Quran, and I'm doing security. So I go up to Jake and I go, "You can burn a Quran wherever the fuck you want. One place you're not going to do it is here. We're at like a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like one place you're not," and he respected that.
Cool.
And I told him, come by the shop later. And he brings this entourage with him here. I thought it was only going to be a couple people. This whole place was jam packed, and there was a whole bunch of like OnlyFans chicks.
Gross.
Yeah, and then there was Francesca,
Okay.
which is James Fishback's ex.
Yes.
She's actually really nice. I think she plays a character on the like on screen, but she's actually very smart. Actually, nice person.
I don't even know what she looks like.
Yeah. Well, you saw the video. There's
Did
a
I?
video that we were talking about where Jake is like cooking in the kitchen. She's cooking him food or steak.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I wouldn't recall what she looked, but I do remember that.
Yeah.
Everyone was fucking making a big deal about it for some.
Yeah, but she's hyper intelligent.
cool.
And look, I noticed something. And I know on Twitter we start dogpiling on people, and we're like, oh, grifter, or whatever. And maybe in some cases it's true. So
It's actually getting old. It's getting old.
I'm trying to understand like the podcast. We're on a podcast here. I'm trying to understand like some of these younger like podcasters and streamers and kick streamers, and I got a little window into it Friday, and I understood. I can't say that I agree, but I did understand. They are going for clicks, right? Jake is a person that you should never. I've said this before on the show, and I've had Jake to answer for some of these things on the show. Jake is a person that I don't think that he should do what he's doing. I think it's actually counterproductive to like the actual mega cause. I've never held back when I talk to Jake. But when you talk to him in person, right, and he's not talking about politics, he's a really cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that I'm not going to deny. You know, he could talk to you about anything. Same thing I got from Francesca. You like watch the show, you're like, holy shit, she says some crazy shit. And then she's here and she's normal. She's a normal person. And unfortunately for America, that's the future. Like bluster on this online and then talk. But there was a level of seriousness there that I talked to Jake and I'm like, you need to stop. You know, you're going to go to prison.
Or he's going to get killed. And I don't want to see that fucking happen.
He got stoned.
There was a lot of people, in the anti-Jake corner talking shit about that. And look, I don't care how you feel about an individual, but if you have an American citizen that's being attacked by people that have foreign interest ideology on American soil, you should have a fucking problem.
Well, some
with that.
people say that Jake has foreign interests, but I do not believe that. I think Jake is just Jake, and he's gonna throw up a Roman, say the N-word, and then fucking like be pro-Jewish or be pro-black at times.
Buy a pair of Jordans. Here's one thing. Jake is a smart guy. Whatever he puts his mind to, he can accomplish a lot of fucking good things. I would never take that from him because you'd just be lying to yourself.
I had a deep conversation with him about it. Jake is a very, very good marketer.
Extremely good marketer. And anyone that says he's not is an idiot.
Yeah, and I think that if you were to go ahead and if you were to focus and like really think about how he portrays his message, I think Jake would be very powerful, very powerful voice. But the problem is he's not going to get out of that. I've already come to terms with it.
Oh no, you can't. Yeah, you can't tell.
Already come to terms.
You can't tell that kid shit.
But it's kind of, to me, again, peering into this world is it's interesting, and I'm going to have Francesca on to talk about this very topic here soon, and ask, like, I just want to understand that, because you see it coming. You see it coming. You see the Sneakos, you see you see that whole crew in there, and all those Sneakos should be deported. I'd deport the shit out of them.
Yeah,
if I could.
I'd put a fresh boot up his ass.
Yeah.
I asked that question the other day, actually. You think Sneako's mom made airplane noises, or did she just crash the spoon into his forehead? That's a genuine question. I think it should be.
I mean, I hope he answers that.
Yeah.
Deport Sneeko. Reno says deport Sneeko. I'm all for it. I think that
he's just a scumbag. I mean, it's what I find a lot about this leftist ideology is that it's just a trend for a lot of people. It's a way to fit in with a perceived social crowd. and that they don't even necessarily believe it at first. They just end up believing it because they want to fit in so bad, or they don't want to be called a certain thing so bad that they become beliefs that they don't even actually have.
And you don't, and I'm not taking away the fact, I'm going to say this again. I think that Jake's antics is a net negative.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's a net negative, and I hope he changes. I don't think so, but I hope he does.
I don't want to see him get hurt. I don't want to see anyone get hurt. I don't want to see his antics cause other people to get hurt.
Get on a fucking roof and drop like a banner and then fucking bullhorn from the roof or something.
I mean, the pig's head helicopter stunt that never was. It was a great idea. It wasn't his fault it didn't happen. If it was left up to him, that shit would have happened. Yeah. That shit's funny, you know? Yeah. I'm not going to deny that. And here's the other thing.
The blackface one was good.
And here's the
I
other,
mean, he could have played the part better, but the black.
One thing I am getting sick of looking at overall, Jake's just a microcosm of this again, is that I'm sick of people saying that somebody needs to do something, somebody needs to speak up, and then when people fucking do, there's always a problem with it. There's always, oh, well, they did it this way, they didn't do it this way, oh, they should have done it this way, all by people that aren't doing shit. And we go through this everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just, everyone's so fucking judgmental, and at the same time, technically agree with the message. Yeah. And that part's a little fucking whack, but whatever.
And I think that's it, right? We don't have anything else on the table.
Well, I think, we were going to go make some content after this and randomly go up and punch women to see if we get arrested and if we get, how that works.
I don't think we'll get very far. I think we'll get shot.
Probably it's Florida.
Yeah.
These chicks will shoot.
Where was it that happened?
I think Texas, but don't quote me on that. I don't know.
I think it's somewhere like Tennessee or something.
I think you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I have to look into it, but it's really sad, man. Like you said, it was emotionally triggering, man.
I'll empty a fucking mag on him.
Fuck that guy.
He hits that woman in front of me, and that woman's knocked out, and then he touches her face and slaps her again, and then he goes on to assault another woman. I'm emptying a mag.
Yeah. What I don't know who was in those vehicles that second woman that I believe got away from him. But who was in those vehicles? What kind of men were in those fucking vehicles that didn't stop, do something?
You imagine it's me and you driving down the street and we see that? It's like a smile would come across our face and be like, all right, motherfucker.
I don't, it's
time to have fun.
It doesn't even make sense to talk about it because anybody that actually knows us knows exactly what would happen. So it's like, fuck it, man. I can't imagine. But to the men that were there around that just stood back and watched, I guess just don't try to join a Proud Boy chapter. You're not going to make it.
I agree with
fuck
that.
Ass.
So things that are on the table. So like I said, we got a new website. It has a news section on it. I write some articles sometimes. Kim writes some articles, and then we have. I built an AI that writes articles in the style of me. You see that it's AI written, and those articles come 3 times a day. Go check out warboys.tv. All the podcasts, including this one that you're watching right now, will be on the front page later on today. And you could buy sweet fucking merchandise from the shop, like you saw the Waffles and Violence shirt, and some pretty cool gear. And the best place to find them is it's not called 1776 Official anymore. It's called Noble. So you could go to the Noble vendor, and then you could kind of glance at the American Rise, and just check it out. And I said I have 2 companies. So I also have a new company called On-Ramp AI, where for small businesses, I implement AI. I've already done it in 2 businesses. I've saved them. One of them, I've already saved $30,000. And
you only charged them 70, so that's great.
And I only charged them 70. But even then, it would be a good deal if I had charged 70, which I didn't. Nowhere close to that. It'd still be a good deal because that was 3 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. I saved them that money, and I found them 3 brand new clients. And I don't want to give away what he does, but his average invoices are really high. His average invoices are about $5,000. 3 new clients, that's another $15,000. Right, that's $35,000 of savings and income, in one business alone, and then the other one has already turned around. So you can check it out onrampai.net. Onrampai.net. Also, I'm starting an escort service.
Gross.
Building the website for it now. What I mean by escort service is we help secure your events. We do personal detail. We do it not only here in the United States, but we do it internationally as well. The team has a lot of experience in doing security. If you know any of my guys, you know how good my guys operate. So much so that people from foreign nations are using us to grant them security. So I'll be posting that soon. But thank you guys for tuning in. You got any last words for the firing squad?
Yeah, I won't steal the thunder and inform everyone that the American Rising store on warboys.tv is actually where you go. But I do want to give a shout out to the Republican Assembly of Palm Beach County that made a donation last night to WeTheJ6ers.com. Anyone that makes a donation there, it helps several J6 families out, Tario and mine being one of them. And, you know, a lot of people, we don't get a lot of donations. So when they do come in, we're very grateful. So again, Republican Assembly Palm Beach Club, if you guys want to help us out, you can go to WeTheJ6ers, J6ERS.com. Check us out and, you know, share our stuff out. So God bless you and thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys. And with that, we're signing out.
Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose and to pretend she's overboard and self-assured. Oh no, I know a dirty word. Hello.
Peter said Ethan Nordine was the undisputed leader of the group that day as they tried to prevent the peaceful transfer of power.
And FBI agents arrested Proud Boys former national chairman Enrique Tarrio at this home in Miami. By 2 this afternoon, he was in federal court.
Here we are